lithium ion. There's 2 of those in here. Wow, look at that. Red when you first plug it in. If it needs charge, and it turns green. There is a lot in here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at a cordless 4.5 inch angle grinder. This was sent to me by a company, I believe it's pronounced Seesii, and they sell this item on Amazon. So I'll include Amazon links for this. There'll be my Amazon affiliate links. I'll put them in the description of this video if you're interested in checking it out and finding more information about it. I really don't know anything about this company, but they were super nice when they contacted me and asked me if I'd like to have a look at it. I said absolutely. So it comes with an instruction manual here, a carrying bag, nice looking bag. That'll probably come in handy, especially if you're mobile. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, a lot of discs. Let's see what we got here. This looks like a wood carving disc. 4 flap discs, a guard with a Phillips head tightening screw, 2 batteries. It says 21 volt lithium ion. There's 2 of those in here. All right, we've got some cutoff wheels here. 4.5 inch high performance dragon cut, maximum RPM 13,300. We'll definitely give those a try. Looks like we've got a wall charger. I guess that just plugs into the battery individually. I'm not sure. Plastic safety glasses, a couple of tools, and some different keepers for holding on your discs. Pair of work gloves. Looks like just maybe some cotton gloves. Stretchy kind of glove. There is a lot in here. We've got a handle, and then the tool itself. Wow, look at that. Seesii 21V or Z1V brushless. Feels pretty heavy duty. It's got the DeWalt colors on it. It says brushless here on the handle. Got a nice grip to it and a button that goes forward and locks in the on position. Press on the back of it and it unlocks. And that's it. I don't see where this charger plugs into. It says class 2 power supply, input from 100 to 240 volts, 0.8 amps, output 21 volts at 1 amp. And I don't see how you charge the battery. It's got an indicator on there showing the state of charge on the battery. That one's at 3/4. That one's also at 3/4. Oh, here's the plug. Okay. All right, I found it. So it looks like you charge the battery individually with just this wall wart type plug. Looks like it might have a light on here too. Probably turns red and green depending on what the level of charge. Very cool. So big shout out to Seesii for sending the product. I appreciate you sending it out to me so I can review it, check it out, test it, and use it in the shop. Let's put this together and we can give it a test run. This already has the 2 nuts on there, I guess you call them. First, we want to put this guard on here. We'll just leave it loose for the moment. We're going to try the flap disc first. $10,000 RPM. Kind of has a slow start to it. Interesting. I don't know if they're all that way or not. This one is actually kind of like that. Spot here for the handle or over there, depending on which hand do you like to use for your grinding. Pretty good looking handle. Looks like it's just plastic, but it's nice and big. Gives you pretty good grip. There's a look at the name, Seesii. 21 volt, not Z1, 21 volt brushless. And I checked the manual. It doesn't really cover talking about this little scale. I mean, it shows you that you can adjust your settings, low, medium, and high. And that's about all it says. But I also discovered that, you know, this won't turn on. Makes you think something's not right. You have to just bump that trigger once. And that turns it on, and then you can adjust whatever setting, low, medium, or high, whatever you choose. And then, of course, this shows a fully charged battery. All right, let's plug in this battery charger. Light turned green. Maybe it's just indicating it has power. And then we'll plug in one of these batteries. And it turned red. It's 3/4 full, so it's only got a little ways to go. See if that turns green when it's done. So that is exactly how this works. It says fully charge each battery before you use it, and it's red when you first plug it in if it needs charge, and it turns green after it's fully charged. All right, I'm going to test out this Seesii 21 volt cordless angle grinder, 4.5 inch. And I got a few things here just to try out. First, I'm going to switch out this flap disc, and I'm going to run this Benchmark Abrasive. These are my favorite discs for removing meal scale. You can see it's called a stripper disc. Anyway, I'm going to put that on the Seesii 4.5 inch cordless angle grinder, and then I'm going to remove the meal scale. See how good of a job it does on both sides of this. This is 1/8 inch steel here, and I'm going to use that and cut that into some welding coupons for a future video that I got coming up here soon. Then I've got a 7/8 inch rebar I'll cut with the cut disc, some 1/8 inch just scrap metal here, and then a 3/16 piece of angle iron. Maybe I'll use that stripper disc on this too a little bit, just to kind of show you how good of a job it does. But really the real test is to find out my first experience with a cordless 4.5 inch angle grinder. I think there's a lot of convenient uses for a tool like this. Eliminate that cord, especially in a remote area or a fence gate where you don't want to drag a bunch of cords out there to power your corded angle grinder. But this should be nice. This should be fun. Let me get this set up, and we'll see if we can strip the meal scale off of this. All right, let's look at some overall thoughts and close-ups of what the tool has done for work. First of all, that little bit I did a little more than what you saw in the video, but I'm pretty much used up that first battery. I was out there working with this outside, and it's wintertime. Even though it was bright and sunny, it was pretty darn cold, about 25 degrees Fahrenheit when I was using the tool. And I know that temperature has a big impact on battery life, so that could be a factor here in how much work I was able to do with this one battery this particular day and this machine under those conditions. So that's just something to consider. I thought that the flap disc did a real good job. Overall, I think the tool is definitely a practical tool. I don't have anything to compare it to because I don't have any other cordless 4.5-inch angle grinders. This is the first one I've ever used. All of my other angle grinders have been corded. It's definitely a tool that comes in handy, especially in specific situations. Cut through this 7/8 inch rebar pretty nice, and I used the flap disc to kind of clean that up. Did a real nice job. Went through 1/8 inch steel with no problems, real easy. And I do a lot of this type of work, just cutting off pieces, cleaning them up and getting ready to weld them, that type of thing in my shop. I use their cutoff disc for that. Seemed to do a fine job, and there's still a lot of disc left on it. This one does not come with the angle grinder kit. This is the Benchmark Abrasive stripper disc, my favorite tool for removing mill scale, but you can see it did a pretty good job on this piece of 1/8 inch steel. Took the mill scale right off there, really with no problems. I did have to apply some pressure because this is a fairly well used disc. Brand new one cuts through there with almost no pressure at all. But you can see it did a real nice job, and what I really like about this particular disc, this style of disc, is it doesn't take down the metal, it just takes off the mill scale. So it doesn't change the thickness of your material or alter its shape in any way. It just takes the mill scale right off there. Anyway, overall thoughts, I think the Seesii 4.5-inch 21-volt angle grinder cordless is a pretty good bargain. A lot of nice useful things that come in the kit. If you don't have safety glasses or gloves, it comes with those. So far so good, but time will tell how long it lasts. I'll keep you posted after I use it a bunch and let you know how it's doing. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see those videos with no problem. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you click the video that's on the screen now, you can see another one of my welding fabrication or tool review videos, and we'll see you over there.